this is an exclusive lesson from 30 Secret Videos and Drills Volume 2. Stay tuned till the end for more info.
You have to bring the cue ball all the way back to the 9-ball, so we have to draw the cue ball. And somehow you don't really get the cue action on the cue ball. I mean, it did come back a little bit, but I was way off to drawing all the way back to the 9-ball. So what do you think was the problem here?
Maybe because you didn't follow through the cue ball enough.
Yeah, that's a nice point, and this is related to the actual problem. The problem was that my bridge length was way too short. And if you want to generate action and follow, you have to be able to pull the cue back way more that you can actually generate the speed and follow through the cue ball. Because if you just pull the cue back like this, how do you want to generate the speed? Because you can't accelerate in this tiny distance compared to this distance where you really have time to accelerate through the cue ball and then follow through. So this is the big problem here. Of course, if you're too far away, then everything becomes very wiggly. You can see a tiny movement to the left, to the right. So this is way too far away. So you gotta find your sweet spot. What is for sure is that this is definitely too short and this is definitely too far. So my feel good bridge length, it depends a bit on the type of shot you need to play, but here on this draw shot, this is probably my feel good bridge distance. And you can see it was way easier to generate all the backspin because I had a nice bridge length. Let's use almost the same situation for our next tiny mistake that you can easily fix within a minute. So once again, we just want to draw the cue ball all the way back to the 9. We already know about the bridge length, so don't be too short, don't be too far away, have it natural. And when players are especially drawing the cue ball, this is what most of the time happens. We're going down, nice bridge length, trying to draw. Did you see what actually happened here? The problem was, of course, I hit too low on the cue ball, and because of that, the cue ball jumped. And this is a very common mistake, especially for beginners. And of course, the problem was I just hit too low on the cue ball. But why did I actually hit too low? Well, the problem was I actually, whenever I went through the cue ball, I gripped the cue just too tight. And the problem is, if you come over and watch what happens, so whenever I'm at the cue ball and now I have it very loosely in my hand. Do you see that in the camera? Whenever I grip it tighter, you can see the cue actually in front goes a bit down because, of course, the cue goes up in the end and in the top it goes down, and because of that you're actually hitting lower as you've intended. So it's very important to hold the cue loosely in your hand. Don't hold it too loose. I don't like to just hold it with 2 fingers, but also not too tight. You gotta find your personal sweet spot, but the wrist and your grip should be just a passive part, should be very loose in your hand. If you're doing that, you can see how effortlessly you can actually draw the cue ball back.
If you're enjoying this video so far, over 30 more are already waiting for you. And I created this package to elevate your game with exclusive lessons on fundamentals, cue ball control, kicking, and even aiming. So whether you're looking to sharpen your skills or just learn some new things, this package is something for everyone. Don't miss out and visit my shop for instant access.